Hi guys, Betsy here with Unique Paper 15. Thanks so much for stopping by today. Here's a snapshot of two of the cards that I'm going to be making. I actually made these for Father's Day, but I'm just now getting around to posting the video. They're very simple and it's a very limited amount of supplies. This Echo Park background stamp with just dots. This Richard Gere So Dapper, basically a bow tie set. And this Hero Arts wet cement ink. So I wanted to be able to make just a couple little simple cards that were for Father's Day or masculine. This could also be for a birthday, and they're very simple, and the point of it is that you don't need to have a lot of supplies. So here I am. I'm going to use this this dotted background stamp. It's very large, so you can see you get a lot of coverage. So I'm going to use the wet cement gray because I didn't want it to be black. I wanted it to have somewhat of a softer background. So I'm going to check it out here, and I think re-ink it a couple times just so all of the dots are covered there. You can see it's covering in some areas more than others. So just keep going until you have the crispness that you like. And I think this is the level that I like, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the next step here. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to stamp some of the bow ties. I don't end up using all of them, but I'm going to go ahead and stamp all of them just to see which ones I like the most. So line them up on that very same piece of paper. Use my Memento Tuxedo Black because I am going to be doing some Copic coloring. Make sure that they're nice and crisp. There's a lot of detail in these little bow ties, so you might have to ink it up a couple times just to get all of the lines and the dots and, you know, the plaid look. So one more time and they should be crisp enough to where I like it. Okay, so now that I've got the bow ties and the background detail done, I'm going to go ahead and take the paper and I'm going to cut it down. But first, I'm going to stamp a few more. The reason why is because I wanted to color a few variations of these bows because I'm not really sure which ones I'm going to like the most. So I take out my gold delicata, some random Hero Arts or Hampton Arts, and some archival ink. I'm trying to see what would go well with the gray because I may not want to do some Copic coloring. Maybe I just want to ink them up. So I do a purple bow tie. I end up doing an orange and a blue, and you'll see here. This saves you on a lot of Copic coloring, and it makes it a lot, less work. So that orange one, I did more of an ombre. I applied more ink towards the top and less at the bottom, and now I'm trying to copy it with that purple here. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a gold bow tie. This actually came out really nice. When you emboss that with that delicata, it comes out really, really nice. If you do the clear embossing, it's a really pretty gold color. So now my cracked pistachio with the Distress Oxide, and this color is beautiful. It just lays down so opaque. It's beautiful. So I've got the green one, well, cracked pistachio, purple, gold, and orange. And I do like that orange, and I'm comparing it to the gray. I'm like, okay, the purple goes nice, the orange, and I think the purple. So maybe I won't do Copic coloring. I'll just use the pigment ink. And now I decide, oh, you know what? I want to do one more bow because that came out so nice. So now I'm doing a definite ombre. I'm inking heavy on the top. And what I'm doing is I'm tapping very lightly as I work my way down the bow. And when I press, it's kind of spreading out that ink. And now I'm coming in with my orange marmalade distress ink to give it an even lighter look. And it actually does, it lightens up that bow. So there you go. I chose the bows I like. I went ahead and die cut them out, and those are all the ones we just stamped together. And you see, I'm going to use those. The ones that we actually did in the Memento, I'm not going to use. Here's the papers I use for my background. I'm just showing you there on the side. These are the options. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut down the background area, and I want to get 2 cards out of this. So I'm measuring what the half point is, and I believe it was 3. Now I'm just trimming them down to where it's just the background dots. And that's all I'm doing there. So now I've got my background sheets. From one stamp, 2 cards. I'm choosing which bow ties I like the most. And again, I like the purple and orange. So out of those cardstocks, I'm just grabbing a few. Purple to match the bow, a light gray, and a dark gray. Just to kind of give some contrast there. Now I'm arranging them to where I think it's going to give the most appeal. So I'm going to go with this darker purple as the immediate background to the dots and just give it a very thin border. Now I'm going to line it up on this very light, I believe it's called steel. It's a very light gray cardstock and it accents the background dots really nice. Now I'm coming in with this, I think this is it, oh my gosh. I think it's stone. Don't quote me. I'll put it down below, but just dark gray. So now I'm going to go ahead and tape everything down. Nothing fancy here. Just line it up on that purple. We all know these steps. Just glue and stick. So same thing here. Just going to put it onto the dark gray. And now I've got that other piece that we did in the beginning. I'm going to pop that up just to give it a little extra dimension because this is really such a simple card. You could do this with anything, with butterflies, hearts, characters. The whole concept is just a very simple 5-minute card. There's no cup of coloring. There's no major adhering. I was thinking about one of those little wobblers there, but I didn't go with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and give some 3M foam tape and pop up this bow. And I give it a nice dimension there. And a little more. I really want this to be a solid bow. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the backing and put it smack dab into the middle. Now I'm choosing on a sentiment. And you'll see what I go with here in a second. I want to use my Dymo label maker, so that's different. So I squeeze out Happy Father's Day. Again, very simple card. Not a lot of supplies are needed. And again, this could say happy birthday or thinking of you, whatever you'd like. So I'm rearranging it here to where I think it looks the cutest. And I believe vertical was the proper way to do this one. So again, I just used my label maker there. Nothing fancy, and yet it kind of looks masculine and very simple. So I just put on the happy and then the Father's Day. And again, birthday would fit just as well. And I kind of like the way that it looks. It matches the bow tie perfect. You know how men are. They're not very frilly, just very simple. So the first one is done. Just going to fuss with the bow a little bit there until I like it. And then I'll leave it. Now on to the second one. This is the orange ombre we did. Now I want to put it against some bright blue, some orange, and the gray because it has the gray dots. So the blue and orange are very complementary colors. So I wanted to put that blue against the gray dots. And of course the bow is orange, so that looks really nice. Now I line it with some bright, it's like a mustardy orange or a yellowy orange. And then against that gray. And all of those colors really do blend well together. And you guys can see how simple this is. I have not put a lot of work into these cards. Literally just stamped, cut, glue. So I'm lining it up to where I think it's perfect with, just a thin border. Same thing, the orange onto the gray. And then I'm going to give dimension in between. And this is just a great way to add a little something extra when you don't have a lot of time. So there we go. We've popped that section up. Make sure it's centered. And now it's time for the bow. I was deciding which bow I like the most, but the ombre bow wins. So here we go. I'm still messing around. Maybe I'll give a background. Should I embellish it? Grab my label maker and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Happy Father's Day. And those are going to be the sentiments that I add. And almost done. These label makers are very inexpensive and they really come in handy. They have endless possibilities. I label my stamps with them. I label drawers. It's nice to have in the house. So here we go. I'm putting on the happy. And what's nice about this label tape is it gives you a second to move it around before it really adheres down. So now I'm deciding where I want the bow to go. I'm going to pop it up on some foam tape to give it some dimension. And I do 2 layers so it's even higher. Now I'm thinking I want to put some gold or silver string or thread behind it. I cut a piece, but I end up scrapping that. I decided, no, it's too much. I want to keep it simple. Forget the thread. You can see I'm lining it up right here. I just want to see how it looks. But you see this? I don't like it. I take it off. It's too much. So I go ahead and just put the bow on. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to put some sequins on just to give it that little something extra. I picked very simple ones. Some black sequins. And then some really light gray and clear star sequins. Just to make it very simple. And you'll see here, I believe I end up putting 3 on each card. I lay out a lot of sequins here because I'm not really sure what I'm going to use, but you'll see what I end up going with here in the end. These are some light purples. And now for the purple card, I do the clear and the black on this one. And again, just that triangle of the 3, just to create that visual interest. And that's it. Nothing super special. And I don't want it to be too blingy because it is a masculine card. Now for the orange one, same thing, that triangle. I'm not trying to overthink this. Just make it a little blingy. And that's it. So that's the cards, you guys. It literally took me maybe 10 minutes to do both cards. I think they both came out great. If you guys liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not already. I'd love to have new subscribers. And share the video if you'd like. And also, click the notification bell if you'd like to know when I upload new videos. I try to get up at least 2 to 3 videos a week. Alright guys, that's it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.